You don't patrol the night to stop crime. You patrol so the city can blame someone when crime happens. And it will happen. Because your torch isn't protection. It's a spotlight. A signal. A moving target. Rule 1 is simple. If your light is visible, you are visible. And whoever is visible first gets hated first. Cost. Also simple. If a thief moves, they call you useless. If a citizen panics, they call you violent. If a window breaks, they call you corrupt. If nothing happens, they call you lazy. You don't get to be innocent. You only get to be convenient. Rain hits your hood like steady knocks. Fog turns every street into a throat. Your bell is supposed to mean order. But the bell doesn't warn good people. It tells the wrong people exactly where you are. You ring once on schedule. Locks slide. Shutters close. Not because they fear thieves. Because they don't want to be seen near you. Tonight starts with a trap so obvious it feels insulting. A coin glints in a puddle too clean. Too bright. Too perfectly placed. A quiet corner goes quiet faster than it should. And the fog feels like eyes holding your breath. You don't bend down. You keep walking. Because coins on the street don't buy bread in this city. They buy accusations. You turn a corner, and your torch throws a shadow across stone twice as tall as any man. The shadow shifts wrong, then disappears. You step forward slowly. Fist movement looks like guilt. Guilt makes crowds brave. Your boots splash. Your bell stays quiet. And you feel its steps matching yours. Just outside your light. Close enough to follow. Smart enough to stay invisible. Then a pebble taps the wall near your head. Not a strike. A message. We can reach you whenever we want. You don't chase. Chasing gives them the story they want. The guard running. The city screaming. The blame already chosen. You keep your pace. You keep your face blank. Because the second rule is this. Your reaction is the product. If you explode, you become the monster. If you flinch, you become weak. If you do nothing, you become useless. You can't win the narrative. You can only refuse to feed it. At the checkpoint arch, an official lantern hangs cold. Clean light. A clerk stands under it. Dry. Safe. Watching. He doesn't watch the street. He watches you. You ring the bell on schedule. He scratches a mark. Not safe. Not danger. Just present like your inventory. A drunk staggers out of an alley and points at your torch like you caused his life. He spits near your boot. He laughs. Windows laugh too quietly behind wood and iron. You keep walking. That's what they really hate. Not the torch. Not the bell. Your refusal to give them a moment. A narrow lane forces you close to walls. Your light makes fog look alive. A hand withdraws behind a barrel, quick. Practiced. Not panicked. You ring once. Soft. Upstairs, a window opens just enough for eyes. Never enough for help. A bucket of dirty water splashes near your feet. Not an accident. A vote. Keep moving. Don't stop here. Don't bring trouble to my door. Your torch burns lower for a second as rain bites the flame. And the street immediately feels more dangerous. That's the joke of the job. Light makes citizens comfortable and makes criminals confident. You reach the watch post. The door is locked from the inside. You knock once. Nothing. Twice. Nothing. You ring hard. The door opens a crack, an eye appears, then closes again. Even your own side won't be seen with you tonight. You stand in the rain and feel the city leaning in. Not to help, to watch, to measure, to decide what you are. You circle the post and glance through a window. Warm light, dry hands, coins on a table, many coins. A captain sits inside, drinking, safe, bored. A pouch slides across the table. He accepts it without looking up. Then he points out toward the street. Toward you. Like, handle it. And it hits your chest like a stone you can't swallow. Because suddenly it's clear. You are not the solution. You are the shield. You are the face that keeps his hands clean. That's the moment that the night changes. And so do you. The torch is not for safety. The torch is for control. It marks a scapegoat in public. It tells the city who to hate. It tells criminals where the official story is standing. The bell isn't a warning. It's a timer. It schedules fear like a service. Crime isn't a failure here. Crime is fuel. Every stolen purse becomes a reason for more curfew. More fines. More fees. More protection. More coins on a captain's table. And you, wet, visible, alone are the cheapest face to blame. So you stop trying to be heroic. You started trying to be unreadable. You lower your torch slightly. Not enough to go dark enough to change your silhouette. Enough to stop glowing like an invitation. You ring the bell off beat. Not loud. Not steady. Just wrong enough to ruin someone's timing. A shadow follows again. This time it hesitates. Good. Confusion is the first thing you've owned all night. You turn suddenly. The shadow vanishes without a chase. Because it never wanted a fight. It wanted your fear. Another pebble hits closer now. Like, get back on the script. You walk the opposite way. And the city answers immediately. Boots, official boots fast. Hard. Certain. A second captain blocks the road. Lantern raised. Ice cold. He doesn't ask why you changed your route. He already knows. And he hates it. He points at your bell rope like it's evidence of missed duty. He points at your torch like you're misusing it by making it dim. He points down the street like your livestock. Back in line. You comply. Because refusal isn't bravery here. Refusal becomes paperwork. And paperwork becomes chains. You walk the road the city once watched. A rich street. Your torch must stay low. Your bell must stay quiet. Private guards handle safety here. A poor alley. Your torch must burn bright. Your bell must ring. This is where fear needs to be visible. That's how you know it's not about protection. It's about management. Then you feel something under your cloak. A small metal tag tied to your belt. Stamped. Official. Cold. You can't read it clearly in rain. You don't need to. You understand it instantly. You are registered. Not as a hero. As an asset. You remember accepting the job. You thought it was wages. It was leverage. The city didn't hire you to guard the streets. The city hired you to absorb the hate. Because hate keeps people obedient. And obedience keeps coins flowing upward. You slip into a covered doorway and pull the tag free. Under it, a thin strip of sealed paper tucked into your belt. A mark. A bond. A debt record. And your stomach drops into silence. You can't quit because the badge is also a warrant. If you stop ringing, they call you missing. If you go home, they call you hiding. If you complain, they call you corrupt. Then parade you as proof they punish corruption. The city doesn't need you to obey because you believe. It needs you to obey because you're trapped. That's why the captain drinks warm while you rot in rain. Because you're not a guard. You're a movable target. And targets aren't allowed to resign. You step back into the street and lift the torch again. Not proudly. Strategically, you decide when to be seen. That's the smallest rebellion left. Near the gate, you see a new recruit. Fresh cloak. Clean bell. He holds the torch like hope. He looks at you for guidance. You give him none with words. Only with your stillness. A coin drops near his boot, perfectly placed. The same trap. The same script. The same hunger for a reaction. His hand twitches. Windows watch. The clerk under the arch scratches marks again. The city records feel like income. You keep your face blank. You keep your bell quiet. You keep your torch low. Because you understand that the final rule now. The torch doesn't light the way. It selects the sacrifice. And tonight, the city already decided who it wants to blame. You were seen first. Now you survive by refusing to be useful to the story.